Now I'm going to go over the national title match in Division I Women's Volleyball NCAA tournament. And first of all, I'm going to congratulate Texas on winning their fifth national title in back-to-back at that. It's not easy winning back-to-back national titles regardless of the sport. And especially when I know they lost a lot of players from last year's squad. And they still did it. And they didn't start the best, but they were peaking at the right time. And this match clearly proved it. And it's not just this match, but prior matches as well, all tournament long. It was 3-0. And Nebraska now finishes 33-2 on the season, while Texas 28-4. And I know Nebraska, you didn't finish the way you wanted to, but you returned potentially every player on your squad. And I know for a fact that Texas does have a couple of COVID seniors that are going to be gone. At least 3 COVID seniors, I believe, that are going to be gone. And they have one other senior, but they technically could come back for one more year. And it's going to be a little bit easier to see how many players really do return after this COVID year ends anyway. Now the set scores 25-22. I will say there was a red card on the Texas head coach. And if he would have got one more during that match, he would have been ejected from the game. Yeah, ejected. It was like 22-21 when the red card occurred, and then Nebraska got a service ace. Then after that, Texas answered. There's only one or two directions you could have gone in that situation when the red card situation occurred. Play really bad, or not as good, or just persevered and win that set somehow. And Texas did. Just that. Simple. The second set, Nebraska had a lead, but then Texas went on a massive run, and Nebraska had no answers. And once Texas was up in that third set, pretty good margin, they were not going to let up and let Nebraska come back and try to force a fourth. Unless major chaos would have happened and Nebraska would have raised their level a lot higher than they played all match long. Not all set long, or even the last 2 sets. It wasn't even close. Now, I'm going to go over the stats for those who care, and I know some people might not care. I'm just pointing that out. It's the truth. Now, Nebraska, 20 kills on 79 attempts with 19 attacking errors, which is a hitting percentage of .013. Yeah, not good enough to win the match. Easy. And even some players were in the negatives. I mean, that's the thing. 18 assists, 2 service aces, 6 service errors, 12 receiving errors, 30 digs, 1 solo block, 13 assisted, which is basically blocks, which is basically like 17 blocks as a whole. And no ball handling errors, no blocking errors for Nebraska. Now, Texas, they had 38 kills on 91 attempts with 14 attacking errors, 264 hitting percentage, so a lot better than Nebraska easily. 34 assists, 12 service aces, 8 service errors, including 5 service aces from their 6-year senior, Asia O'Neal. She's had medical problems in the past, and it's a miracle that she's playing, and she's going to even play pro volleyball and potentially on Team USA next year. But anyway, 2 receiving errors, 35 digs, 1 solo block, 14 assisted blocks, which is basically 8 team blocks total. No blocking errors, 1 ball handling error. So there's no dispute that Texas is number 1 in the country, and I have them number 1 easy. Now I'm going to go over that as well. My top 10 teams outside looking in. And I base this on results. So Texas at 1, Nebraska at 2, despite getting creamed the last 2 sets. They went to the title match. That's all that matters. Then Wisconsin, Pitt, Louisville, Oregon, Stanford, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Kentucky rounded out. And I kind of try to do it like the points of how many did they lose by, and if it was like did they get a set on them or not type of situation. And teams outside looking are like Creighton, Arizona State, Penn State, Purdue, Washington State, Georgia Tech. And that's all Sweet 16 teams right there. And I base it on results instead of having some bias into it. I'd rather go with the results. And was it a sweep loss? And if so, how many points? And so on and so forth. But you get the whole point and all this. And I will go over the last poll once it comes out, which I have to think it is shortly. Sometime this week. Just don't know when. Maybe even tomorrow even. But who knows. But anyway, like I said, congrats to Texas on winning back-to-back national titles and your 5th one overall. It's not easy going back-to-back in any sport. And now they go from the Big 12 to the SEC. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. See you guys later. On the road to 600 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 more. So I make money off this. Of course, liking the video, commenting the video helps YouTube algorithm so more people can see it. Sharing the video does help as well, so more people could watch. And if you're watching and not subscribed, hit subscribe on it. It's free. Hit the notification bell as well. And Nebraska will have, as we all know, USC, UCLA, Oregon, Washington join the Big Ten next year. So that's another piece of note right there in terms of conference realignment, as we all know.